not as tasty, the brain. It's not meat, it's more like brain. It's in a car crash. There's parts of it all over here. Thank you. The Balkan spirit in my soul. I'm in shock. Hello guys and welcome from Vlore, Albania. So yeah, today is going to be me walking around this beautiful city here, the city of Vlore, with 10 English pound in my pocket and seeing what I can buy for £10. So first port of call is going to be the bankomat, the ATM machine. I'm going to withdraw what would be 10 English pound in Albanian lek. Weather's beautiful. Food's pretty good in this place. I'm starving. So let's bugger off and find some cool places. So yeah, for the last few days I've been laying low. Unfortunately I've caught the old Albanian flu, which is basically the same as any other cold, but I caught it in Albania, so it's Albanian. And yeah, I've been not in bed, it's not been so bad, but you know, a bit lazy over the last couple of days. Still got it still a bit bunged up, but I think a bit of sun and maybe a bit of the old Albanian raki might cure me. We'll give it a go. Beautiful, beautiful day. Loads of cool little restaurants here. I've got the Halloween style here. The DJ's on some nights. And yeah, at the moment Albania's in the news quite a lot for not such good reasons. Apparently half of Kent seems to be Albanian now. And I just can't understand it. I can't understand why Albanians would leave this beautiful country, which doesn't seem to be so poor, to be honest. Doesn't seem to be awfully poor. Greece seems to be poorer, to be honest. I don't understand why they'd leave and just become illegal immigrants in Dover. I don't know. Either they're not Albanian, they're just saying they're Albanian, or they're just like I don't know, I don't understand it. Such a beautiful place. I don't understand why it's got such a bad reputation. I don't understand why there's all this going on at the moment. So I actually made the mistake of not bringing any cash into Albania, which I found out afterwards is a massive, massive mistake. Coming to Albania without cash is like, I don't know, going to the pub without money. It's generally. So I'm going to withdraw. I use my Ukrainian card actually here because it's pretty good value. It's better value than using my English card. And basically it's the only country in the world, in Europe at least, which doesn't just depress me when I use my Ukrainian card here. So it's quite nice actually in Albania that each grivna, I believe, is like 3 lek. So it's the only place where I feel rich with with Ukrainian grivnas. It's probably the only place in Europe where you can get this feeling if you have a Ukrainian card. Not the normal like depressing, just like sinking feeling when you get money out in Greece, especially in England. Oh my god, if you get money out in England with a pound, it's like thousands and thousands of your money gone and you have like 20 quid. So I normally use Optbank in Albania to get money out. Money, 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 money. So what I'll do, guys, is almost forgot my receipt. So guys, 1,350 lek is £10. I've got 2,000 here, so I'll immediately get rid of 500. Obviously not get rid of it, but put it in my back pocket, in a different pocket. I'm not so economically advanced just yet to be literally getting rid of money. Might even if I was, I wouldn't just do that. So yeah, I've got 1,500 lek now. of which I can spend 1,350. Why am I going this way? My first port of call is this way. This is basically £10 minus 150 lek. We'll go now and see what 1,350 lek or £10 can get you in Vlore, Albania. Pagnali. So guys, first port of call. Try and help my Albanian man flu is the ice cream parlour. Bit of ice cream, bit of cold might help the sore throat. If this fails, then I'm gonna have to go with the Albanian rakia. So we'll give it a go. Pretty cool place here called Big Scoop. Been here before actually, so it's not actually my first time, but I do like it. Let's have a look inside. Hello. You have the forest ice cream, do you have? Yeah, just one scoop of forest in a cone, please. Thank you. 1 second. 120. Well, can I pay?
Yeah.
The ice cream?
One scoop?
One scoop, yeah.
Okay. 120.
Thank you very much. Bye bye. So, my first purchase. It's an ice cream, of course. It was like it when I'd been to some places a few times before, just not filming, and then I go there filming and I have the exact same thing I normally go for, and I have to pretend like, oh wow, it's so good, I've never tried it before, I never knew it was going to be so good. Actually, I've had this same ice cream like 4 times in the last 4 days. So good. And for like 120 lek, which is 85p, in a pretty cool place as well like that. Bargain. So one thing I've noticed in Albania is they seem to have quite a lot of unfinished buildings, or like basically finished but with no windows and no doors. There's quite a lot of these. Or sometimes you'll have like the first few floors are working, like people are living there, and then you'll have like a few which are like this, and then maybe another floor where somebody's living. But yeah, I don't know why. And it's just strange because it's like fantastic location, probably the best location in the whole city. So you've got like the old town just down here, the new town, the kind of like touristy beach just down here. Fantastic location. And yeah, it's really quite unusual. Like even if, okay, like the money's gone out, but still like it's 90% finished, why doesn't somebody just come along and finish it? Like it surely must be profitable. And it's just kind of like this inside. Yeah, we can see the windows are totally, even the balconies have been put in, but no windows at all. Totally, not even abandoned. I don't think anyone's even lived here to start with. And it's not a building site, it's fully open, you can even walk inside. So if there's any Albanians watching, anybody knows why, in Albania you get quite a lot of these like 80% finished houses, I'd say. Oh, can I get down here? Oh. And it's a bit of a mixture here between like, I'd say, Mediterranean and Eastern European, as in like kind of former Eastern Bloc. So you get here is quite Mediterranean. These flats here are quite I'd say like Greek or Spanish, but then here you get the kind of Eastern Bloc style apartment blocks, similar to what you get in Poland, Ukraine, Russia. At least here though, guys, at least here the basketball nets have actual nets and have actual backboards, unlike in Corfu. Things can't be too bad here. I don't know what this is. Is it like a massive goalpost? Can't be, surely not. Surely you can't be playing football here, kicking the ball like literally into that window and that's the goalpost. So generally Albania seems to be a lot more, not a lot more, but a bit cleaner and a bit more orderly than Greece. Even though Albania is much poorer on paper, statistically. Like for example, you wouldn't really see anything like this. This has all been built in the last, probably 15-20 years. In Greece, you don't see anything built in the last 15-20 years. Just this kind of stuff, I know, stuff for bikes. This has been put down. Yeah, it's not immaculate, but you know, trees have been planted. This building's been built probably in the last 20 years. So is this one here. Fountains over there. The road's pretty modern. Like yeah, I'd call Greece the country which basically stopped building anything and also stopped fixing anything probably 30 years ago. My theory as to why is that Greece has such a good reputation in the world. Everyone thinks of Greece, democracy, beautiful islands, the white houses, the blue sea. So Greece doesn't so much have to try anymore, I don't think. It's always going to get people coming, regardless. People don't really go there for the cities also. People go there just for the beaches and the like kind of tavernas, the hotels. So it doesn't really need to try so much. It's always going to get Germans, Brits, Scandinavians coming down just because it's Greece, just because Greece has such a good reputation. Whereas Albania, on the other hand, it's got a pretty bad reputation, especially now. Yeah, I think Albania has to try super hard. It's got a bad reputation. It's got the beaches, it's got the sea, it's got the mountains, it's got the beauty, but it doesn't have the image. So Albania seems to have to try super hard to get people to come here, to change this negative image. And that's what they're doing. Hello, doggy. I'm interested what a brioche is. You can see here for 1.95p you can find a macchiato and the brioche. Macchiato, understandable, coffee. Brioche, not too sure. Let's go find out. The macchiato and brioche. What brioche? Ah, okay. Just macchiato, please. Macchiato. Thank you. So they don't have any brioche, unfortunately. Brioche, it seems, is like some bun or something. But also, I just looking at this billboard there, and it says the offer's only until 10 in the morning. So until 10 you can get a macchiato and a brioche for 1.30. I've basically got that without the brioche, just the macchiato, which is very popular in Albania. Macchiato, like an espresso with a bit of milk. So I've got my macchiato here. Get a little biscuit too. That is my kind of coffee. Very strong coffee in the Balkans, no matter where you go. Got the stadium here. Vlore is actually the third biggest city in Albania, even though it's only a population of like less than the size of York. So the population is 130,000, I believe. I don't know if that's the city or the whole kind of Vlore region. But yeah, they've got a football team. I'm going to go inside and see if I can film the pitch. Let's see. So easy just to sneak into an Albanian stadium. This is the stadium here. It's fully open. Anybody can just walk in. Pretty cool. The dugouts. Must be a pretty big team here by Albanian standards. So you've got the third biggest team in Albania, and you can just literally walk straight onto the pitch. Like imagine this in Arsenal or Chelsea. You can just literally walk straight in, no security, nobody. I like how you got the mountains over here too. But yeah, when I say Albania's laid back, it's probably the most laid back country I've ever been to. I love it for being so laid back, so chilled out. Just walk into the stadium, walk out onto the pitch. Let's do the interviews here. So it was a good game. I was quite disappointed. Only lasted 70 minutes. Didn't want to be took off. But yeah, I think we had not a bad match, and I'm looking forward to next home game for FC Albania. I was hoping somebody would be here to speak to find out what the actual club is. Flamu Batari FC. Decent little stadium. I like it. Got a player coming down here. Got a pretty typical Albanian home here. Like I say, something in between like a Greek home and a kind of Soviet home. Might get back to it now actually. A bit peckish. Let's go see what we can find. This here seems to be the main street of the city. It's a lot more local, this part of Albania. I mean, this part of the city. Where we are, it's quite touristy. Not touristy, but you get quite a few expats living there. I am so disappointed. I just put the video down like 2 seconds early. The bank guys, so the guys in the big G16 vans, whatever they call them. They're normally, in England they have batons, I believe. In Ukraine they have pistols. In Albania they have full Kalashnikovs. And there were 3 guys armed up, literally like some kind of paramilitants going into the bank with all 3 massive Kalashnikovs. Typical. If I just kept filming this strip 2 seconds longer, I'd have caught it. It's life. I'll have to go try a bit of traditional Albanian food now. Just like sheep's heads or something. I thought I'd go for the traditional option, sheep head soup, a water and a raki. It's raki? Albanian raki? Yeah, it's Albanian. Okay, thank you. Raki here, the water here. And the soup is coming. Excuse me, in Albania, raki before food or after food? Maybe half, shoot before, after, little, after. Okay. This is a big glass of raki. I said to him, you normally have it like before or after. So, as you wish. Such laid back people in Albania. Probably have half before and half after. I think, I'd say in life, it's a sheep head soup. I might need the full thing before, to be honest. Raki, by the way, is massive in all the Balkans, like Bulgaria, not so much in Greece. In Greece they have ouzo. Bulgaria, Albania, all of kind of former Yugoslavia, Serbia, Croatia, Montenegro. It's basically like their kind of vodka. So vodka is made from normally wheat or potatoes, which is logical because in the place where they make it, vodka, Russia, Ukraine, Poland, that's the main staple diet. In the Balkans, they make it from what's left of the wine, the grapes. So it's basically like vodka with a bit of a wine taste to it. It's strong, it's cheap as hell. This big glass here, this must be like 100 mil of raki. It's like 80p. So I'll have half before and half after. I don't know what cheers is in Albanian, so cheers. That's good.
Enjoy.
Thank you. So we've got the sheephead soup here, the bread. Let's give it all a go. First of all, got the soup. Quite meaty actually, quite surprising. Actually much better than I thought, quite garlicky. Let's try a bit of the head, the most important thing, the unknown head. It's really good, very good. Thank you. Like you wouldn't tell it's head at all. I don't know, I was like having to prepare myself for it, like having a bit of raki first, like oh my god, it's a head. It's literally like probably one of the tastiest parts of the lamb. And I was expecting it to be like parts of like bone and gristle. It's actually full chunks of super tender lamb. I'm bowled over. I'm like so surprised. Like, literally, Albania is such a land of shocks. So I don't know. You hear soup made of parts of the head. You think, what the? You try it. That is beautiful. Garlicky, a bit exotic. Beautiful chunks of meat. Wow, unbelievable. So I'm probably going to sound like a psychopath now, but you can actually see and taste the different parts of the head inside the soup, which before trying this sounded like disgusting to me. Like I don't want to know and taste parts of a sheep's head, but actually after trying them, it's like literally the tenderest cuts of the whole lamb. And you can see like where's there's like strips in there. The strips are basically you can't see. You get basically strips in here, which I've eaten already. This is a bit of a strip, and the strips like the cheek, I think. This seems to be, I don't know, maybe the brain. And then also you get some beautiful chunks of meat. I don't know what chunks of meat you can find on a sheep's head. I'm trying to think, maybe, I don't know, maybe they have like big meaty heads. I don't know, maybe like with humans it's just the skull and skin. Maybe on sheep they have like a layer of meat around the head, I don't know, but that meat is so tender. Unbelievably tender. Actually I finally got onto the brain. Brain's not as nice. I think I was lucky with the first like 4 chunks of meat. They're like proper chunks of meat. I just tried the brain. Not bad. It's a bit like liver, I'd say, that kind of texture. But I've got no problem with eating liver. I have it all the time in Ukraine, so for me brain's like nothing. Like nothing out of the ordinary. Not as tasty, the brain. It's not meat, it's more like brain, I don't know. But yeah, you don't have that kind of meat texture. It's a lot softer and it kind of falls a bit apart in your mouth. Not as good, but still, I'll take the brain in there for the beautiful chunks of meat. You gotta take the rough with the smooth. So in Albania, after a beautiful bit of head soup, nothing better than a nice cold, not even shot, a nice cold cup of raki to wash it all down. Beautiful, beautiful head soup. I love a bit of head. Cheers. I am an idiot. That was my water. This is my raki, what am I doing? Okay. Start again, cut. Okay. After a beautiful bit of head, nothing better than a nice well, not cold anymore, lukewarm raki. Cheers. Wow. The Balkan spirit in my soul, I can feel it. How in Albanian thank you?
Faleminderit.
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 Faleminderit. Faleminderit. Bye bye.
Bye. Have a good day.
You too. Faleminderit, it turns out, is thank you in Albanian. Faleminderit. The problem doing these £10 challenges in cheap countries in one day is that it's actually quite hard to spend £10 quite often. So I could just go to the shop and buy like a £10 bottle of perfume, but I want to make it interesting. I want to buy kind of food, drink, this kind of stuff, mainly food and drink, because these are the things what you can really get a sense of the local places by. So of course if I go and buy a bottle of Dolce & Gabbana perfume, it's going to be the same here as anywhere in the world. You can't tell the local places through the cost of that kind of stuff. So in total 460 back there, which is actually fantastic value. So 460 is like less than £4 for all that. The soup, the bread, the water, and the like massive shot of raki. One day I'll go to London and do this challenge. It'll be so easy. Like literally half an hour, go to the pub, get a pint and a half, done. Back to the hotel, chill out, £10 spent, easy. So I've spent £4.74 so far on the ice cream, the coffee with the biscuit, the sheephead soup, the bottle of water, and the massive, not even a shot, but the massive glass of raki. That's all into like £4.70, not bad. Found a little park here. Don't know the last time it was working. Doesn't look awfully, well, I don't know. I say it doesn't look awfully safe. It actually looks okay compared to literally everything I've seen over the last 4 years, because it's all been basically in these kind of places. It looks about standard, I'd say. You get a bunny cage. Hello. Don't know what the point of them is. I don't know. I don't know if it's like some kind of attraction for the kids, or if you got to pay normally, or if you can put your kids in there for like half an hour while you go to the pub. I don't know. That'd be fun. Seems to be closed. Got a bar here. A bit more around here, not too sure what it is. And yeah, to say Albania's a predominantly Muslim country. They are fond of a drink, it seems. Like everywhere you go, they have this like raki, wine everywhere, dirt cheap. What's happened here? Got a Dodgem car here. Looks like it's been involved in a car crash. Parts of it all over here. Jesus Christ. But I don't understand how a Dodgem car would work on a go-karting track. There's no electricity. It defies the law of physics how you could possibly get a Dodgem car on here. I don't know. I think generally Albania just defies the law of physics. Got a climbing wall here. Don't have a clue what this is. It's like a diving platform without the pool. I wouldn't want my kid or future kid to jump off there, that's for sure. Yeah. An Albanian theme park. Don't have a clue what this is supposed to be. Looks like it's had a crash as well. Looks like they've all had been hit by an earthquake or something. They're all like mashed up. Bloody dodgem cars tipped over. That's all folded up like it's been bloody bent or something. Even the little rabbits look a bit depressed. Bless them. Ah, some chickens over here. This is a very cool park. I just don't understand why. Like why? Why just put a couple of random chickens here? I don't understand it. Is it for the kids? Probably for the kids, yeah. It's probably like an Albanian zoo as well. A very budget Albanian zoo, as well as a very budget Albanian theme park. Got Shrek over there. Some cutting edge rides in this theme park. Oh, the dodgems again, looks like they've not been working for the last like 20 years. Jesus Christ. But I bet you any money these were working in summer. I bet this all was working. As soon as summer finishes, I know all the tourists go home and it just ends up like this. So it's definitely Albania's safest theme park. So if you've got kids, don't worry, bring them here. They'll be fine. They can play with the chickens. Some more dodgems here. I think this dodgem's come flying off there at some point in the 1970s. So there's a continuation to this beautiful park just over here. I can get across before the bus. Ah, they've got the famous bunkers. Yeah, the same bunkers which we saw in Saranda. They're all over the country, so many of them. There's a well. Do you want some water? Bunker. Bunker. This. Bunker.
Afro.
Afro.
Afro. Ky na shtetje. Na qi shtetje.
Etje, bunker.
Po. Kjo është
Automat Kalashnikov.
bunkeri I Hoxhës.
Ah,
Mbrojtje.
Vlore. Gër. Ah. Oh.
Italia, Austria.
Here. Live. Vive. Work. Notebook.
Na lufta.
Yeah. Here, good here. Good, yeah. Take a photo, bunker, interesting.
Kjo janë lidhur. Janë lidhur.
Ah, connection.
Janë lidhur.
Ah, oh. And I go entrance and entrance inside me.
Po.
Yes.
Roberto atje. Ku di puna që janë e rri atje.
Ah, over here.
Po di jesh aty këtu. Fireston.
Ah, okay. Wow. So they put the guns into here and they shoot out of here with the guns.
Putini.
Putin. Very bad. Mal.
Basë
Yeah, bad. Thank you. Grazie. Explanation.
Ja, du, 3 kannen.
3?
Ja, heel goed.
Ah, okay. Interessante. Interessante. Okay. Thank you very much. Bye bye. I'm so gutted I don't understand the word of Albanian, and all the people here basically only speak Albanian, a little bit of Italian as well. So yeah, it seemed very, very interesting what the guy was saying. I could kind of make out a bit, like they're connected, the bunkers, and there was like a threat of a war against, he said, like Italy and Austria. Not so long back either, only like I think 40 years ago. Bye bye. Ciao. Very interesting place, Albania, very interesting places inside. And yeah, people are sort of laid back about where you go. You can know where's closed off. It seems in Albania they don't know what security guards are. They don't know what kind of private space is, and you can just walk anywhere. It's very, very cool. So we've got the world's, Albania's most cutting edge theme park over there. And then just here you've got the very cool industrial school with the bunkers. Very interesting place, Albania, very friendly people too. I'm just thinking how wasted you could get in Albania off of £10. Like maybe I should try this in the future, like how far does £10 get you in a certain city? Alcohol special, like oh my god, I think I'd be in hospital. I think it costs a lot more than £10 getting my stomach pumped after. But literally off £10 you could get like 10 of them big glasses of rakia. Could try that in Oslo. I think I might get 1 bottle of Heineken for £10. Would be a healthy alcohol special £10 challenge. I fancy a banana, actually. I'm going to get a banana. Yeah. One. Bene? Grazie. Oh, banana. Olvidare. Thank you. No, Ukraine. Thank you. Good. Got some bananas. Got some bananas here for 80 for 2. I'll have one now and then I'll probably have one a bit later. Yeah, I found a bit of a street market kind of place. Can get all sorts on this street. Quite fancy a beer actually. Might see how much a beer is in one of these local bars here. Hello? Beer? Uno, Taiwan. Per favore. Here. Local beer. So I've got a Keon beer. It's from Tirana, the capital. I've got it in a Euro 2008 glass. Oh, that's good beer. Like Heineken, I say. Something in between a kind of Polish beer and an Italian beer. Actually, I'd say it's more Italian, to be honest. The only thing with mutton and garlic is that these are two very unique tastes, and they're the kind of like tastes which stay in your throat and body for hours and hours. So I mean, that soup was good at the start, but then, you know, like kind of getting tastes like 4 hours later of sheep's brain and garlic. So maybe one little drawback to this soup. Got the theatre here. If I can get across. Whoa, actually. Hold your horses, Danny. Roads in Albania are pretty good as well, as you can see. Yeah, it was such a shock for me to see that actually Albania is so much more modern than Greece. Even though they're like neighbours. Greece has 3 times the economic capita per person, so the average person in Greece earns 3 times more than the average person in Albania. But Albania is so much more modern in terms of they've put a lot more money into the cities and put a lot more money into the country generally. Whereas in Greece they have the money, it seems, but they don't like to invest it so much into kind of public infrastructure. Yeah, these nice new gardens, and like I say, roads are pretty good, buses are good. Who's this guy? Let's see. Avni Rustemi, from 1895 until 1925, so he was only 29 when he died. Says he's a hero and a populite. I imagine like populite, I don't know, somebody who's very popular, maybe populist even, I don't know. So it's literally so hard to spend £10 on the things I want to kind of spend the £10 on, mainly food and drink, that I'm gonna go home, work a little bit, have a nap, and then I'll have to continue the challenge later on, because I've only spent £6.50 so far. The beer, by the way, in the last bar was 150, which works out at £1.10. So that leaves me with about 400 left, 400 lek, which is about £3.50. Teatri Petro Marco, pretty nice theatre, pink theatre, quite unusual. But there's like a certain friendliness here about the locals, and it's something a kind of friendliness and a kind of like, I don't know, a certain, I don't know even what to call it, like a certain like feeling with these people, which you get in lots of Eastern Europe. A certain kind of warmth and a certain kind of logic as well about them, I'd say. Like, these people aren't so much by the book, but like in Ukraine as well. Like, these are people who aren't so by the book. Rules are rules. These are people who are like use common sense, and people who, yeah, generally they don't think into things too much, just quite chilled out, I'd say, very chilled out, very laid back, don't think into things too much, and just kind of use common sense still. You're very, very nice people here. See, like I was saying, in Albania and like Ukraine, these places, people aren't so by the book, but use common sense. And it's so now ingrained into me, this kind of thinking, that it just kills me sometimes back in England when I'm back and like something so like just common sense, but there's some rule or some regulation which doesn't make sense whatsoever. And like, oh no, you can't do it. Why? Because we're gonna rule. But it makes so much sense for me just to do it. No, we're gonna rule. You can't do it. But it's totally illogical. You rule. Don't care. It's just you can't do it. Here, it's much more common sense. Think about it. Is it gonna work out? Is it gonna be generally okay or not okay? If so, yeah, just do it. If not, then I'd probably recommend you don't do it. But still, up to you. It's your life, your safety. Do what you want. I love this kind of mentality. I say this country is probably the country which everybody's got it the most wrong about, probably in the world. Like, it's scandalous how this country gets chucked in the same basket in our heads as, like, I don't know, Afghanistan. And I'd say Albania is like the biggest shock country I've ever been to, in terms, the biggest kind of contrast country in terms of expectation and reality, in like an unbelievably good way. Like, wow. I'm in shock. So I was kind of expecting, yeah, a bit of a third world place, a bit of a kind of dodgy place. What I found actually is somewhere which is just as beautiful as Greece, but much cheaper and much more modern. So for me, it's like a no-brainer to come back here. And also, the reactions I got from people when I said, yeah, I'm off to Albania. I said, yeah, I'm gonna go to Albania, see what it's like. It's like, oh my god, you do know they harvest organs. You do know you'll be smuggled like this. It's a country of human smugglers. You do know you'll be, I don't know, strapped to a suitcase and sent to Colombia on a drugs run. It's like, what the? I mean, I've been to many places. I know that when people say this kind of stuff, 99% of the time it's not true, because these people haven't been here. But still, I was a tiny bit worried, tiny bit. And I was like, literally none of that stuff is visible here at all. Like, none of the news stories, like smuggling, this kind of stuff, none of it's visible at all. So safe. So yeah, I couldn't spend my £10 earlier all in one go. So I went back, chilled out a bit, and I got 460 Albanian lek left. So we're gonna see how far that goes. It's about £3.90. See how far it goes at night time. Oh, they've got a DJ on tonight. This guy here seems to be this guy over here on the DJ deck. Yeah, quite a lot going on in Albania at night time. I'm way too tired tonight to be going to any of these places, getting on it. Still got the old Albanian flu as well. Gets worse in evenings. So just a bit of food. Yeah, pretty high standard of restaurants. I'd say higher than even in Greece. Always pretty clean, and they're all pretty quiet as well. Probably because it's off season. But even in this kind of place here, like pretty fancy place, you can still get a coffee for like 70p. Mustafa, it's called. Turkish name. See, I've ordered a gyros, actually no, pita. It's basically like in Greece here, it's gyros. Also similar in Albania, they have the same kind of fast food. Got some kafštama, Albania's best water. Very good music in Albania. Kind of like, I don't know, similar to in Ukraine plays this kind of music. I don't know, it's the music that plays like modern music, but with no trash. So I've got my dinner, a bit smaller than I expected actually. I thought it was going to be a big wrap, but yeah, it's not bad for like £2.50. It looks small, but it's quite heavy, it's quite compact. And it's proper chunks of meat as well. So it's not like kebab meat, it's proper chunks of beef. And it's shish. So shish in Albanian and Turkish is shashlik in Ukrainian, Russian, Georgian. Shashlik is basically like pieces of marinated meat on long sticks put onto a grill. And yeah, it's pretty heavy. Although I think this is what I should have got. What Yana got looks beautiful. So give the kebab a go. I'm gonna start with the meat. It smells fantastic. It smells like it's fresh off the grill. Very juicy, but it's like take me back to summer in Ukraine with shashlik. That's good shashlik. Good shish, as they call it here. Oh, look at this. Rammed with stuff inside. Hard to actually film and eat. That's the problem with these. They're not awfully enclosed, so things can just fall off out of nowhere. Хорошее заведение. That was one of the best. It was not really a kebab. It was more like a kind of, well, yeah, a bit of a beef kebab. But that meat inside the kebab was just unbelievable. Proper chunks of grilled meat. Very good quality. That was like 320. I believe I had 460 left, which leaves me with, well, at least enough to get ice cream. One more ice cream, I think. One for the road. It's down here, the ice cream place. But yeah, if you fancy probably the best kebab I've had in all outside of Turkey, this place, Nama, like £2.50 for that kebab. Beautiful. And it wasn't just the meat either. It was the bread was so fresh. Yogurt was so good. Fresh salad. Really good kebab. You can see here, got loads of cool bars. Black moon up here. Back here again. I said earlier I've been here like literally 4 times since we've came. Very good ice cream. Loads of different types of waffles. So guys, the last one at £10. It's another ice cream. So guys, that's my £10 finished. Got a pretty good day off of £10 to be honest. That's all I've spent all day. So what did I get with my £10? I started and finished the day with an ice cream. So 2 ice creams. I got the coffee, the macchiato in the centre. After that, I went to get the sheephead soup with the bottle of water and the glass of raki, which was good. After that, I bought a couple of bananas, had them. After that, I went to, where did I go after that? To get the beer in the district, like the kind of street market. After the beer, I went home. That was it. Came back home.
You came back drunk.
So of course I wasn't drunk, and then came back out in the evening with my remaining 460 lek. Got a beautiful kebab and a final ice cream. So not bad for £10. You can get 2 ice creams, a coffee, lunch, dinner, albeit a bit on the small side, my dinner tonight. But come on, it's £10 for like a full day. Coffee, beer, raki. So yeah. How far does £10 go in Albania? It goes pretty far.